Minimizing your needs, deferring your dreams, accepting less than you deserve, because some part of you has been convinced that less is what you're worth. What happens is that you attract exactly what you believe you deserve. The world, unfortunately, tends to take people at their own estimation. And if you estimate yourself as small, you will find yourself in small places, in small relationships, in a small version of a life that was always meant to be enormous. I am asking you, I am practically begging you to stop estimating yourself as small. Start from a different place. Start from the truth, which is this: you are worthy of a life that feels good. Not perfect. Perfection is a myth, and chasing it is one of the loneliest pursuits I know. But good, real, full. A life where you go to sleep most nights feeling like the day was worth living, like you were fully present in it, like you gave your real self to the moments that mattered, and withheld nothing important. That life is available to you. It is not reserved for someone else. It is yours if you are willing to stop waiting for permission and simply claim it. I love you, and loving you means I will not pretend that everything is fine when I can see you drifting. Loving you means I will say the hard things. Loving you means I will tell you that the path you're on, the one where you keep giving everything and receiving so little, where you keep shrinking and accommodating and waiting, that path does not lead where you want to go. It leads somewhere quieter and sadder, and much less alive than you deserve to be. But here is what also comes with that warning. Here is the other side of everything I've just said, because I would never leave you with only the difficult part. That is not how love works. On the other side of all of this, on the other side of choosing yourself, of trusting yourself, of learning to recognize your own worth and guard it accordingly, there is something waiting for you that I want you to be able to imagine. There is a version of your life where you wake up in the morning and your first feeling is not dread or anxiety or the weight of everything you have to manage. Your first feeling is something quieter and more solid than happiness. Something that doesn't depend on circumstances or other people's moods or whether the day ahead looks manageable. It is a sense of being grounded in yourself, of knowing who you are, of trusting that whatever the day brings, you have everything you need inside you to meet it. That feeling, that rootedness, is what I want for you. And it is not something anyone can give you. It is something you grow inside yourself by making the choices I'm asking you to make, by refusing to disappear, by choosing yourself again and again until it becomes the most natural thing in the world. And I will be here through all of it, through the days when choosing yourself feels impossible, and the days when it feels like freedom, and all the uncertain days in between. I will be the voice that reminds you what you're worth when you forget. I will be the presence that says, you are not too much. You are not hard to love. You are exactly the right amount of everything, and the world is better with all of you in it. I love you. Please don't forget that even for a single day. And there is something more, something I haven't said yet, about what I see in your future, about the specific kind of life I believe is waiting for you on the other side of all of this, about the love and the joy and the realness that becomes possible once you stop avoiding yourself and start running toward you instead. Because that is what I see. That is what I want to tell you about right now, in this next part of everything I have to say to you. I want to talk about what is coming for you, not in a vague, hopeful, it will all work out way that means nothing and costs nothing to say. I mean something specific, something I have thought about carefully, something I believe in the way I believe in the things I have tested and found true. I want to talk about the life that is genuinely actually available to you once you make the decision, the real decision, not the surface one, to stop abandoning yourself. And I want to start by saying something that might surprise you. The journey I'm describing, the one toward yourself, toward your own worth, toward the full and undiminished version of your life, that journey does not require you to become a different person. That is the part that most people get wrong. They hear choose yourself, and they imagine they need to transform into someone bold and fearless and unaffected, someone who never doubts and never hurts and moves through the world with a confidence that nothing can shake. That is not what I'm asking of you. That person does not exist, and chasing her will exhaust you. What I'm asking is so much simpler and so much harder at the same time. I'm asking you to choose the person you already are. The actual one. The one who doubts sometimes and feels too much sometimes and gets it wrong sometimes and still, despite all of that, shows up. I'm asking you to look at that person. The real, unfiltered, imperfect, deeply feeling person that you are, and decide that she is worth fighting for. Not someday, not once you've fixed the parts of yourself you're not proud of. Now, as you are, today, because here is what changes when you make that decision. Here is what I want you to be able to imagine, to feel in advance, so that you know what you're moving toward. When you truly begin to choose yourself, when it stops being a concept you agree with intellectually and becomes something you practice in your actual daily life, the first thing that changes is your relationship with your own time. You start to notice how much of it you have been giving away to things and people that do not return anything to you. Not because those people are necessarily bad people, but because a dynamic had been established, quietly, over time, in which your time was always the most available resource, always the most negotiable, always the thing that could be rearranged to accommodate everyone else's needs. And when you start choosing yourself, you begin to reclaim that time. Not aggressively, not with bitterness, but with a quiet and growing sense of your own value. You start saying, this hour is mine. This evening belongs to me. This space in my life is not available for filling with things that drain me. And that feeling of owning your own time, of being the one who decides what it is worth and where it goes, that feeling is one of the first tastes of real freedom you will experience. And once you taste it, you will not want to give it up. The second thing that changes is your relationship with silence. I want to talk to you about this specifically because I think it is something you have been afraid of. The silence, the stillness, the moments when there is no noise or task or person demanding your attention, and it is just you, alone with yourself, with nothing to distract you from your own thoughts and feelings. I think somewhere along the way, that silence started to feel dangerous. Like if you sat in it long enough, something uncomfortable would surface. Something you weren't sure you were ready to face. And so you filled it. With activity, with scrolling, with being available to everyone, with keeping yourself so occupied that the quiet never had a chance to catch you. I understand why. I am not judging it. But I want to tell you what is actually in that silence, because it is not what you're afraid of. In that silence, there is a version of you that has been waiting very patiently for you to come back to her. She is not angry that you've been away. She is not full of the difficult things you've been avoiding. She is simply there, steady and real, holding everything that is most essentially you, your actual desires, your honest feelings, your clearest sense of what matters and what doesn't, your own voice speaking in its own register without anyone else's expectations layered over it. She has been there the whole time. She has never left. And when you finally sit in the silence long enough to hear her, when you stop running from the quiet and let it hold you for a moment, what you will feel is not fear. What you will feel is recognition. Like coming home to a place you forgot you had. I want you to go back there. I want you to find that silence and sit in it, even for 10 minutes, even when every part of you wants to reach for your phone or find something to do. Just sit. Just breathe. Just let yourself be present with yourself without agenda or performance or the management of how you appear. And notice what comes up. Notice what she says, that patient, quiet version of you who has been waiting. Notice what she wants, what she misses, what she has been trying to tell you through all the fatigue and the low-grade sadness and the moments of inexplicable tears at things that seem too small to cry about. She has been communicating with you this whole time. She just needed you to be still enough to listen. And now I want to talk about love. Real love. The kind I believe is waiting for you on the other side of all of this. Because this is important. This is something I feel strongly about, and I want to say it clearly so there is no misunderstanding. The love you deserve is not the love you have been accepting. I say that with complete gentleness and zero judgment, because I understand how it happens. When you don't fully believe in your own worth, you unconsciously set the bar at a level that matches that belief. You accept love that is inconsistent.